Hello and welcome back. Um, I want to share a little bit about the human design real life experience, and I would like to share about the difference that I observe within an emotional authority and a splenic authority. In our family, we have three emotional authorities and one splenic authority. My older son, he's 6. He's a splenic manifestor. And we have an emotional MG. I'm an emotional projector, and my youngest son is an emotional manifestor. So we have three emotional beings and one splenic. I do also have to say that my spleen center is open, and the one of my partner as well. And my younger son has a defined spleen, but since he has a defined solar plexus as well, he has an emotional authority. I lived for a long time as a splenic being. I took really fast decisions, and I really needed to learn to decondition and to take my time to feel through things, to allow myself to be slow and taking important decisions. It is such a gift for me to witness my two sons as being the two opposites in their authority, and especially, or like even, I want to say, my 10 months, 11 months old baby is already so clear in his emotional process of taking decisions, and that can be the smallest decision ever of what he wants to eat, or if he wants to eat something, what he wants to play with whom he wants to be, whom he wants to be picked up by. It's so subtle and so small, and that's why I also truly believe it is so, if you don't have the awareness about human design, it is so easily something that is just simply completely conditioned, especially for people that have an emotional authority, which is 50% of the population, funnily enough. But also for splenics, for someone with a spleen authority, to support them in listening to their spleen and to that I tell you once and that's it decision making. I listen very, very careful to my older son when he says yes or no to something. I don't question that decision of him. I tell him, okay, if that's clear for you, then we're going to do it like this. And even in moments, it's so difficult for me to validate his decision because I might know better, or I think if he would do it or if he would not do it, it would be good for him. But to be in full respect of his decision, of his splenic intuitive decision, which is like this, and I see that how his environment has already such a strong influence on him, that there are more and more moments where he says, I don't know, mom. I cannot choose, I cannot decide. And then I really try to guide him to his inner knowing of like, okay, if you close your eyes and you really feel into yourself, like, is it a yes, I want to do it, or is it no, that doesn't feel good? And to like keep assuring him that he can listen to that inner voice. He's someone who wakes up in the morning and he's awake. He doesn't need time to wake up. He is someone that if he chooses for something, then there's no way around it. which is also something that I paid very, very careful attention to not condition him that he should question his decisions. With the emotional authority, it's so different. Like, it's my younger son, he is so slow. He is in the most loving way. He's like a sloth. He's just taking his time for everything, for coming into movement, for waking up in the morning. He's like this happy baby that just wakes up smiling, and you can just cuddle for him for another 10 minutes and he's just happy, you know? And also with the way he chooses to do things, he really takes his time. He, as if he really feels through if this is something that he wants or not. It's a very, very different way of moving through the world. It's so sensual and it's so slow and like really this flow through life. And the splenic one, it's much more like really like tack, tack, tack. Like, let's do this. Let's go for it. Because both of them have a defined root. Both of them have a defined spleen. Yet the way they choose and they like choose for things has such a different quality. It's really amazing to witness that. Yes. Thank you for listening.